The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. I'm Maricela Kelaton. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, Southern Pangu MPs pledge support to Marape. Medan people told to prepare for PMIZ, and PNG International ruled out for 2024 NRL season. The 10 Pangu MPs from Southern region have reaffirmed their support to current leadership of Prime Minister James Marape. Their commitment of loyalty comes in the midst of uncertainty created by a senior member of Pangu Party and provincial member for Gulf, Chris Haiveta, and his public challenge to Pangu-led government regarding the 20 million kina in business development grant for Gulf province.
Southern Region leader of the Pangu Party and Kikori MP, Soroi Eoe, says the actions of the provincial member for Gulf, Chris Haiveta, has created doubt within the Southern Region bloc and the coalition partners. Eoe, in a statement, said the country needs political stability and a conducive environment to implement government policies and grow the economy. He stressed that not one MP will change the country overnight, but need a collective leadership from all the leaders. Minister for National Planning and Rigo MP Se Anopala also backed the call by Eoe and said they believe in stability and that this government, with its coalition partners, must remain until 2027 to deliver to the citizens. He reiterated that the 10 MPs from the 5 provinces of Western, Gulf, Central, Milan Bay and Oro are duty-bound to their people and the nation to declare their loyalty and unequivocal support to the Marape Rosso government until 2027. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Member for Maick, Libet Caprice, has condemned the recent incident in Maick. He said the incident has disturbed the peace and stability of the people in the district. Caprice said the burning of vehicles at the residence of the former Member of Parliament has regrettably escalated tensions, leading to further acts of violence. This includes the destruction of several properties belonging to public servants, clashes between local landowners in Maick and supporters of the former member in Malba village. Numerous homes have been affected, with some destroyed by fire, others looted, and additional vehicles also burned. He said these events are of grave concern and threaten the well-being of the entire community. Caprice is committed and will be working closely with all relevant authorities and stakeholders to address the underlying causes of this conflict, restore calm, and ensure the safety and security of all residents of Maick. The National Parliament House today reached a significant milestone as it marked its 40th anniversary since its official opening in 1984 by then His Royal Highness Prince of Wales, now His Royal Majesty King Charles III. The iconic building located in the capital city of Port Moresby has been the cornerstone of democracy and political discourse in the country.
To commemorate this historic occasion, the Parliamentary Service announced a celebratory event scheduled for August 29, 2024. The event will bring together a diverse array of stakeholders, including government officials, dignitaries, school students, and business partners, to reflect on the institution's journey over the past 4 decades. Clerk of Parliament Kala Aufa paid tribute to the People's House as a magnificent building designed to reflect the rich and diverse traditional culture of PNG, adding that the occasion reminds us to appreciate the valuable heritage of 1,000 tribes that are now united together as one country, one nation, and one people under one roof. Mr. Aufa said the iconic building was truly a parliament to be proud of and honored their country's visionary forefathers who pioneered an institution that fosters sovereignty of the nation. Throughout its 40-year journey, Parliament House has been a symbol of the nation's commitment to democracy, diversity, and progress. It has been the venue for national debates, decision-making, and law-making by members of Parliament, providing a platform for the voices of all Papua New Guineans to be heard and represented. The 40th anniversary serves as a reminder of the importance of civic engagement, democratic values, and national unity as the country looks towards building a brighter future for all Papua New Guineans. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
The local people of Bell right up to the Pacific Marine Industrial Zone impact areas have been told to take ownership of the project and start preparing themselves to spin this dream into reality. Medan Governor Ramsey Pariwa made this call during a financial literacy training graduation at Banglang in the North Ambanob district of Medan province over the weekend.
Now, me play that some plan will make sure that local people from Madang, especially Bell by leading logo pass. Now, you know the project in Beck area, but you me yet must get in peace. Now, Salim lo PMI. You don't have to wait in national government stuff. PMI thinking and come up early 2000 they come. Sleep was in 3 months. No, I can't. Amongst the successive government they come. All talk lo working. That's all. And come up with talk. That's all. No, I excellent.
Pariwa told the people that PMIZ will remain in Medang province and has not been relocated to East New Britain as speculated by many on social media. The governor called on the people to start participating in economic programs, especially in the fisheries sector, in order to drive the PMIZ agenda. The main idea of the PMIZ project is to have fishermen sell the catch to the project. Following a meeting with Thai Union, the company proposed to develop PMIZ. Governor Pariwa highlighted a few areas the people of Medang need to work on and includes the province's capacity to meet the demands to supply fish when PMIZ starts.
So me walk about one time, Minister of International Trade and Investment, you're going to look in the world leading fish producer. I'm going to call him Thai Union, no Thailand. Maybe like him, this world's #1 bakam na make it PMIZ. President Blodesfla, Thai Union's down and to go RDME producing 50 to 70% only. So you can talk to me now, no yeah, me by gonna establish in 10 factory, no tuna or fish cannery. Time 1 tuna sabia, you know, supplying to 100% or 200 or 300%. How about you supplying 10 factory? You're looking challenge, huh? PMIZ didn't legally work. So man thing will say, come up overnight.
Being disappointed that this piece of information was not discussed by the government and its agents in the last 20 years, Pariwa challenged the Medang people to prove the critics wrong.
So, you talk about some people who have catch him. Me kala balus na kam na me to ba me prove me wrong. Me go back and ba me talking about people blame lo marang na lo bell pushing kanu go check na mix business supply market. You start him larti now and batok. Arti amabrusim 100% na me go 200% na stock and hard lo me processing so you know can plant the factory. That's how business our run. That's how investment by me attractive again. That's how by me kisim PMIZ come through. PMIZ no na kamo sa miracle. Failure block man lo luksa lo disla kanu lebi na pushing longem lo last 20 years. Osem na PMIZ kama 3 months.
Governor Pariwa has come up with a strategy to prepare the province for this important project and will be implemented in 2 phases.
We boom want them now by me looking how operation the fisheries industry and operate now work inside the country. heavy belong more technical side belong one more something by expecting lo how much money by we need lo put in the side lo this industry you mean must how good lo how by meronim work officers pastem na you come up in PMI.
Governor Pariwa would like to see the locals forming integrated landowner groups and start to seriously drive the fisheries sector through these groups. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Welcome back. TISA Community Finance Limited, a subsidiary of the Teachers Savings and Loan Society Limited, has received a banking license from the Bank of Papua New Guinea, officially becoming TISA Bank Limited. This positions TISA Bank as a commercial bank offering innovative solutions for businesses, communities, and individuals across the country. With over 50 years of history, TISA Bank aims to serve remote and underserved regions. The chairman of TISA Group expressed enthusiasm for this new chapter, inviting everyone to join in creating a brighter future for Papua New Guinea. TISA Bank is poised to grow as a leader in the banking sector. Governor General Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai has executed on behalf of the state a contract for the construction and financing of a 4-lane road section from Laloki along the Hiritono Highway, Central Province. The contract is for engineering, procurement, construction and financing of a 4-lane road section between Laloki Bridge and Mountain View Estate Turnoff and a 2-lane road section between Mountain View Estate Turnoff and Brown River Bridge. The contract under the Connect PNG Phase 1 program in Central Province is valued at over 147 million kina and will be fully funded by the national government. The NEC has awarded the contract to Hebo Constructions Limited. Representative and Managing Director George Constantino and General Manager Jamie Mitchell signed the contract before the Governor-General, witnessed by the Secretary of Department of Works and Highways, David Were, this morning. The three-day Geoscience Exploration and Extraction Conference 2024 commenced this morning in Port Moresby. This year's theme is Research and Innovation in Geosciences, Exploration and Extraction for Sustainability. The Geoscience Exploration and Extraction Conference 2024 is a significant event that will contribute towards the development of the mining sector and the country at large through information sharing. This morning, the three keynote speakers included Mineral Resources Authority Managing Director Jerry Gary, World Bank PNG Senior Mining Specialist Dr. Wilfred Luce, and Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited Managing Director Sarimu Kanu. Mr. Gary highlighted gaps in legislation and soft amendments, including challenges in the minerals sector, whilst Mr. Kanu informed the conference of the company's exploration strategy, stating that they are actively pursuing technologies that can fast-track exploration success. Session 2 introduced to the conference speakers such as former President of the Republic of Kiribati, who highlighted how geoscience can address the planetary climate change challenge.
Anything we do in life, we've got to find that balance. So that we need to do things in order to make life easier, but at the same time we don't want to go overboard, because we would end up destroying the very planet that we need to survive. And if we don't suffer, somebody else on the other side of the world will.
While Professor Damon Salesa from the Auckland University of Technology spoke on the education, research, indigenous knowledge and mining impacts.
The paradox and the challenge of mining will be difficult, but I think is solvable if we strive to be good ancestors. But it is confronted by the most powerful question we face today, which is the deep inequalities that our world contains. Where many of the communities, as we've seen, that have oversight and guardianship of the world's most precious resources are the people who have the least on their tables and in their bank accounts and in their hands.
Dr. Ken Isle from the PNG University of Technology talked about the dilemma of land access to mineral exploration and development in the country.
We see that we need to improve in these areas. What I'm saying is that land access to land is holistic approach, not only on the landowners. The investors have to play an equal role, the government has to play an equal role, and the community is a collective approach to having access to land for mining and exploration.
The three-day conference that commenced this morning will conclude on Friday, 9 August. Port Moresby will host the inaugural NCD Youth Summit and Expo from August 10 to 14, led by NCD Governor Powers Pakop. This event, coinciding with UN International Youth Day, aims to connect young visionaries with leaders for empowerment and innovation. The summit will focus on education, sports, life skills, health and the arts, channeling youth energy into positive activities and addressing key issues. It will feature the Prime Minister, Minister of Youth and other national and international dignitaries. The summit will bring together 200 youth and 50 speakers over 5 days. The theme, Empowering Youth for a Better and Progressive NCD, aligns with the international focus on digital pathways for sustainable development. Workshops and training will empower youth as agents of positive transformation, aligning with UN Sustainable Development Goals and Papua New Guinea's development plans. Coca-Cola, in partnership with Makasi Sounds and Entertainment, launched the Coke Studio Pacifica tour on Tuesday, August 6 at the Lamana Gold Club. The event marks a collaboration that brings together music talent from the Pacific region, creating a platform for cultural exchange and entertainment.
Makasi Sounds and Entertainment, a well-known event planner based in Port Moresby, is recognized for organizing music events featuring artists from the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu and Fiji. The Coke Studio Pacifica tour is set to be a two-day event spanning two major cities, Port Moresby and Lae. The lineup includes renowned artists from the Solomon Islands such as Jaboy, Joe Briz, Kotsi and Devande, alongside Papua New Guinean artists Mariani Masani, Tavin Tuni, and Junior Vigi, who have previously participated in the Coke Studio program. During the press conference, Jackie Simons, general manager of Lamana Hotel, expressed her enthusiasm for the event.
Lamana Hotel is proud to be a part of this and having the Gold Club be the host venue on Saturday, because we see ourselves as the party capital of the South Pacific, so we like to see our South Pacific Islands come together, combine and perform for us on the stage here. So it's good to have the support of Coca-Cola this time, Coke Studio coming aboard and helping out with Makasi as well.
Gabriel Manoy, Coca-Cola's head of brand and channel management, highlighted the brand's commitment to supporting music and artists in PNG.
Coca-Cola, we're excited to be part of this journey with Makasi Entertainment. We are proud to support nurturing PNG artists, and at the same time, with that, we provide opportunities for both our seasoned artists and as well young and upcoming talents. With this collaboration, we hope and we get to see our talents exposing themselves.
Emmanuel Ola from Junior Vigi expressed gratitude for the opportunity to perform with international artists. The Coke Studio Pacifica tour promises to be an exciting celebration of music and culture, strengthening ties among Pacific nations and offering a platform for artists to shine. Karakidu Jr., TV1 News.
The Coke Studio Pacifica tour is set to spotlight Melanesian music and promote cultural exchange and collaboration among artists from Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands.
Jackie Simons, the general manager of Lamana Hotel, expressed her enthusiasm for the collaboration, emphasizing the potential for growth and new opportunities for the artists involved. She believes that bringing together experienced performers and newcomers will create a dynamic environment where musicians can support and learn from one another. Simon says this partnership as a significant step forward, with Coke Studio providing crucial support in showcasing these talents across key locations. Terence Rennie Makasi of Makasi Sound and Entertainment emphasized the mission to strengthen Melanesian music.
Last year, so we got into the partnership of trying to strengthen our Melanesian music. So last year we brought in One Talks from Solomon Islands together with Coke Studio, and then this year we're trying to continue to keep that Melanesian artist. So next year we'll try and bring in someone from Fiji, Vanuatu, and so now we're just trying with PNG artists and then the Solomon Island artists. But every show we'll try to incorporate the PNG with another Pacific Island artist.
During the press conference, artists expressed excitement while keeping their song selections a surprise to build anticipation. Jaboy and Emmanuel Ola of Junior Vigi shared their thoughts on Coke's role in their journey.
It's one of the biggest drinks in the world. So a lot of the Melanesian people, they like sweet drinks. So of course, Coke is very famous back home. Everyone loves Coke, especially the
PNG Coke.
PNG Coke, because it's like very unique from the ones we have back home.
It's diversity. Coke brings people together, and this is a good example of Coke reaching out to people from overseas, like the Solomon Islands, collaborating us together. So I think when I think of Coke, when I get to Coke, I think of diversity.
The partnership between Makasi Sound and Entertainment and Coke Studio promises to enrich the region's musical landscape. celebrating the vibrant cultural connections within the Pacific. Carol Kido Jr., TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape is set to visit his Sepik province on Thursday, August 22. He will visit Mapric in the morning and address the people there and the people of Central Sepik region, followed by a visit to Yanguru after lunch to address the people of the Yanguru Sausia district. Minister for International Trade and Investment and Yanguru Sausia MP Richard Maru says the Prime Minister has a number of critical issues to address while in the province, including the rise in crime and lawlessness in the province. The Prime Minister will also officiate at the launch of the new Yanguru Sausia District Hospital project. And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2580 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Kawakina was buying $0.2505, $0.3814 Australian dollars, $0.2216 euro, and 35.79 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, cocoa, and palm oil closed higher. Gold, crude oil, and copper closed lower, while copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues with news from abroad after these messages. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency, and quietness. Designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort, and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
All Mama Flame is Lori Olsem.
Mr. Waves in Flame Flower long one him. Mr. Make him Kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me save like him flower balls belong me what them kawa war na spring onion. All pikinini belong me save like him to mas pineapple donut me save walk him lo house. Ne me kumu mix him what them cow na karamapim long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is scaling one time wala pela kai. Me save kissing more kai long all get a toya mi tromoy one time flame flower.
You enough making more one time flame flower.
Scale Rise brings to you some Scale Indie vibes this independence. Cashing out a total of 300,000 Kina in prize money around PNG this independence. 4 fortnightly draws, 75 fortnightly winners, 300 total Scale Rise winners, and 1,000 Kina Scale Indie prize for every Scale winner. Here's how to enter the promotion. Buy any Scale or Ori Rise product, write your full name and contact details on the back of the store receipt, drop your entry into the entry box in store. For more information, either check in store or follow us on our Scale Rise PNG page. Terms and conditions apply. Scale Rise, and buy you like it.
Welcome back. In news around the region, the increase in competition for influence in the Pacific region has dominated headlines in recent years, but now the quiet and often unnoticed efforts of India are starting to make waves. This week, Indian President Draupadi Murmu is visiting Fiji, New Zealand and Timor-Leste. The symbolic visit, which includes the first visits to Timor-Leste and Fiji by an Indian head of state, is the latest effort from the world's most populous country to make its Pacific ambitions known and establish itself as a true global power. India's activity in the Pacific had definitely increased with more high-level visits and promises of development assistance, said Tess Newton-Kane, an adjunct professor at the Griffith Asia Institute. There are calls for climate change education to be embedded into traditional school subjects to help students deal with anxiety around global warming. Researchers say many teachers aren't tackling the topic, fearing community backlash.
So, what's the fire ratings, Penelope?
Harkaway Primary School's Bushfire Committee is busy preparing evacuation kits for summer.
A firebox is something that we'd use if the fire danger ratings are either high or there is a fire near you.
This small school in Melbourne's outer suburban fringe has a strong focus on the local environment. Senior students teach younger children about marine ecology.
It is a sponge. It's called a sea sponge.
They also learn about native wildlife and monitor the health of nearby creeks. Principal Lee Johnson wants his students to become experts in sustainability.
We want our kids to have amazing ideas about things they can do to help their environment, to help the future of the planet, to gain that understanding, but then to do stuff with that.
Older doctors could soon have to undergo medical checkups to continue working. The medical board says older doctors are more likely to be the subject of complaints, and it wants to make the change to keep patients safe.
At 72, orthopaedic surgeon Andreas Löffler is not slowing down.
Even though some people think I am senior, shall we say, use that term rather than old, I'm actually still in full-time employment.
He says age is no barrier to being a doctor.
70 is quite an arbitrary number.
But the Medical Board of Australia disagrees.
As we all age, all of us get health issues, and doctors get them just as much as anyone else does. And occasionally the health issue makes it difficult for the doctor to look after their patients safely.
The Medical Board has put 3 options on the table for doctors over 70. The first is a rigorous test to determine a doctor's fitness to practice. The second, and the board's preferred option, is that doctors have a general checkup every 3 years and an annual check when they turn 80. If they're diagnosed with a condition that may impair their work, they'd need to do something about it, or would be mandatorily reported to the board. The other option is to maintain the current status quo.
Late career practitioners over the age of 70 are 81% more likely to be complained about than their younger colleagues.
But some are concerned a blanket checkup isn't suitable for all medical specialties.
When it comes as an age-related thing rather than a competence-related thing or an incident, that we have some concerns, and 70 is the new 50.
The Australian Medical Association says it wants to ensure that older doctors aren't discriminated against because of their age. Doctors say they want clarity around whether they could be forced to retire. The board's consultation period will run for 2 months.
Tasmania's custodial inspector has found prisoners suspected of concealing contraband, like drugs, are subjected to inhumane conditions. His scathing report says the use of dry cells breaches United Nations rules on the treatment of prisoners.
An alarming report into conditions faced by some Tasmanian prisoners.
These cells should not exist. They should never have existed. And they do put people's lives at risk.
Prisoners who are suspected of concealing contraband like drugs inside their bodies are placed in dry cells. These are rooms with no running water for sinks or toilets. The custodial inspector found prisoners can be held in dry cells for up to 10 days, with no window to outside and lights kept on 24 hours a day. Some don't have intercoms, meaning prisoners can't call for help if they suffer medical emergencies.
These conditions are the sort of conditions that we read about and hear about in the United States, in maximum security prisons. This amounts on occasions to torture.
The dry cells mostly don't work. Contraband was found in less than 20% of the cases the custodial inspector studied. They also mean correction staff have to work in unsanitary conditions.
It's really worrying what's happening in the prison for staff and for prisoners. Like, there is an inextricable link between the number of correctional officers and support staff and the experience of prisoners.
The report came about because a prison staff member raised the alarm, and the custodial inspector wants legal protections so prisoners and staff who speak to his office don't suffer reprisals.
We don't know how many issues haven't been brought to the surface because other people are afraid of reprisals.
The government's accepted all of the report's recommendations.
And that ends the news segment. I'll be back with sports after the break.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Back in '69, Frank Hutchison started a journey when he met Bill King, who ran a remote travel business. King needed four-wheel drive parts so strong, so reliable, they'd make the return trip after enduring the rigours of the Aussie outback. This forged Terrain Tamer's beginnings. Over 50 years later, Frank and his team continue to innovate and create parts strong enough to survive the toughest terrains on the planet. And best of all, the customer is still king. Terrain Tamer, parts that will get you home.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
At the PNG LNG project, we are proud of our long-standing partnership with the Kumuls, as they represent the hopes and aspirations of so many Papua New Guineans. Rugby league is more than just a sport. It promotes our shared values of leadership, teamwork, respect, personal integrity, and excellence. Lessons learnt on the pitch carry on throughout life and go beyond serving ourselves.
Thanks for staying with us. The West Tigers season has gone from bad to worse, with one of their best players booked in for season-ending surgery. Justin Olam is out for the rest of the season after the strike centre booked in for season-ending surgery.
Justin Olam's season is over after the West Tigers announced the Veteran Centre require surgery on both knees. Justin Olam has been hampered by knee injuries and now requires season-ending surgery. The injury update coincides with the club's decision to charge its plea for his high tackle charge. That means the judiciary hearing will no longer go ahead on Tuesday night. The club has entered a no-contest plea for Olam's Grade 3 careless high tackle charge on North Queensland Cowboys' Halum Luki that led to him being sent off last week. Olam would have been banned for 3 matches if he had taken an early plea, but was risking their 4 games on the sidelines if he lost at the judiciary. The no-contest decision makes all of the moot, with the centre banned for 4 matches. The PNG international scored 6 tries in 13 games in his first season with the West Tigers, after he joined them from the Storm, but his campaign has been cut short, with the Powerhouse Centre booked in for surgery later this week following an extensive medical review. Olymp has battled through the pain this year and will now turn his attention to 2025, where things will hopefully be different for the Tigers when Jerome Luai and Sunia Turuva join the club. The Tigers only have 4 games and a bye left this season as they look to avoid a third straight wooden spoon. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
His New Britain Agmak Gurias are thrilled to introduce the Marum Cup Challenge, a prestigious event named in honor of the legendary Michael Marum. Marum's illustrious playing career started with the Vipers and finished with the Gurias. After hanging up his boots, he led the Gurias as coach and the most successful coach from 2006 to 2013, leaving an indelible mark on the national sport. The inaugural Marum Cup will be launched this Saturday when Gurias host Vipers in their Round 17 clash. This will be the third Gurias home game at the Queen Elizabeth Park, Rabaul, and promises to be an epic showdown. Nominations for the Port Moresby Rugby League executive positions will be out shortly before the annual general meeting set for August 31 at the White House Santos National Football Stadium. League Acting Administration Manager John Ambane said nomination opens on August 24 and closes on August 27. Nomination forms are available at the White House during business hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Positions for election are Chairman, Senior Vice Chairman, Junior Vice Chairman, Secretary and Treasurer. According to the PRL Administration Manager John Ambane, they anticipate that recognized club presidents nominate their nominees for the positions and submit it to his office at the White House. According to election procedures and processes, nominees must be seconded by another club president before submission. The manager is strongly urging all 12 clubs to also meet the league's requirements for furnishing their annual club reports to qualify to attend the AGM. From previous experiences, the AGM has been prolonged because the 12 clubs had not adhered to PRL requirements. He said clubs' executives were given ample time to get their club annual reports ready and should not make excuses. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 Sports.
The Port Moresby Soccer Association Men's Premier League competition is heating up with the finals looming. It was another low-scoring weekend in the 5 Premier games played out at the home of Port Moresby Soccer, Bicini Park, on Saturday and Sunday. After week 13, PS Rats FC led top 4 on 27 points closely, followed by City Strikers on 26 points, Munkers on 3rd place with 26 points, and Solomon United FC 4th with 23 points. Competition manager Joe Ame said the promotion of the City Strikers and Solomon United to the Premier Division this year has added new energy to the competition and throwing out a big challenge to Premier season teams to stay consistent. Ahmed said the finals is scheduled to happen between August and September, including the grand final. Round 23 of the NRL Telstra competition kicks off Thursday night with a blockbuster Rabbitohs up against Storm. Sitting 3 games outside the 8th with 5 games to play, the Rabbitohs are set to miss the finals for a second consecutive season, and life doesn't get any easier with a clash against ladder leaders Melbourne.
The Storm are sure to be smarting after a shock loss to the Dragons in round 22, cutting their lead over second-placed Penrith to just 2 points, ensuring the race for the minor premiership would go down to the wire. A heavyweight showdown with the Panthers awaits in round 24, but before then, the Storm will look to get back on track against a Rabbitohs outfit playing solely for pride after a season decimated by injury and suspension. Rabbitohs stars Cameron Murray, Latrell Mitchell and Jay Arrow have all missed significant games, while star centre Campbell Graham's sternum injury has sidelined him for the entire season. When the two sides met on Anzac Day, the Storm ran right 54-20 victory, and the Rabbitohs will need all the pride and passion they can muster if they are to avoid a 13th loss for the season. A boost for Bunnies with halfback Cody Walker back on deck after missing last week's game with a calf injury. Michael Cheekham comes into the back row to replace Jacob Host, while Shakwi Mitchell joins the bands in place of Siliva Havili. Peter Mamozelos has been added to the bands, while Dean Hawkins is listed at 18th man as he works his way back from a quad injury. Meanwhile, prop Tui Kamikamitha is back on deck after missing the Dragons game with a groin injury, so Nelson Asofa Solomona moves to the second row to fill in the void left by Eli Katoa. Chris Lewis joins the bands for his first NRL game since round 3, Tepai Maroa moving to the reserves. Star winger Xavier Coates remained sidelined with a hamstring injury. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Before they were Olympic champions, Jess and Noemi Fox were mastering their craft at the Western Sydney Whitewater Club. Now the sisters are role models for the next generation of competitors.
From Penrith to Paris, the Fox sisters are setting the standard for kids back home.
Because when I grow up, I want to be like Jessica Fox.
The Western Sydney club trains in Penrith Whitewater Stadium, still considered state-of-the-art 25 years after the paddling facility was built for the Sydney Olympics. Today, it remains the only venue of its kind in the country, and an epic stomping ground for the nation's young paddlers.
It's really unique because you have the Australian Olympic team, the national team, that high performance level athlete mixing with kids that have only just started.
The club has provided the opportunity to see friends turn into legends.
I did paddle with Jess. I was on the national team with her when I was near the end of my career and Jess was just starting hers. It's so inspiring for the young kids out there and even, for us older paddlers to, see what Jess has been able to achieve and keeps achieving every day. It's mind-blowing.
It's like everyone calls her Jessica Fox and we call her just Jess, and it's almost like we're just like friends with her, and
The next generation of pro paddlers going for gold.
That ends the sports segment. Now the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, partly cloudy. Daru, cloudy periods with chances of few afternoon showers. Kerama, mostly cloudy with some afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Halotau, mostly cloudy with few night showers. Popondata, cloudy periods with some afternoon showers. Momase, Ley, cloudy with afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Medang and Vanimo, mostly fine. Wewak, mostly fine to partly cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau and Kimbe, partly cloudy with few afternoon showers. Kavieng, partly cloudy with few evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo Rabaul, mostly fine to partly cloudy with possibility of few afternoon showers. Buka, mostly fine to partly cloudy with occasional showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with afternoon rain showers. Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with few rain showers. And Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy with some rain showers. Coral Sea, seas rather rough to rough with southeast winds of 20 to 30 knots. Solomon Sea, seas rather rough to rough with southeast winds of 20 to 25 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas rough with southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas light with easterly to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands, to Kerama to Yule Island to Hood Point, to Samare Islands. Seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Samare Island to Cape Bogwal and all Milimbe Islands, seas 2 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Hohen Gulf to Finschhafen, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Finschhafen through Vitier Strait to CSA Long Islands, seas 2 to 3 meters. Waters of Medan to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 1.5 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters at times along warning areas. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of New Ireland to East New Britain and waters of Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And waters of West New Britain, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. That ends this edition of TV1 News. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by